Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the Ready Set Grow Show with Devon Hillary. Today, we are sharing with you more about cracking codes. And we are entrepreneurs, business professionals, and we're here teaching you tips, tricks, and lessons that we've learned how to execute your business, grow your business online, overcome technology challenges, time management issues, and all of those things. We're here to help you every Thursday between the hours of 8 p.m. Central or 9 p.m. Central, thereabout,
No,
right?
9 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern, sorry. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yes, time zones always get me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're here today. And one of the interesting things last week, if you were with us live or you caught that video last week, you can, there'll be a link somewhere for you to actually watch that again. But we were very cryptic, I'd say. I don't know, maybe it was deliberate, who knows. But when it comes to sales, right now, whether you are selling your own products, you're selling somebody else's products, you generally are told, hey, you got to get to know the person. You got to get to know the person, right? And we know that there are personality types out there that tell us about ourselves.
Hmm.
Like I've done them, like, I've done a million and one personality types, and they tell us a little bit more about ourselves. But how do personality types help us close sales? It would be great if I could like give somebody a Myers Briggs test every time I wanted to sit down and talk to them. But I don't know about you, and if you remember how long Myers Briggs took you, right?
Exactly.
2 hours. So it's like you're just like, hey, prospect, how you doing? I'd like to meet you for coffee, but first take this test
Yeah.
so that I get to know you, and then we could have a conversation.
And you have immediately lost them.
Precisely.
Yes,
So
yes.
we're talking
So,
about,
anyway.
yeah, so definitely we're talking about cracking codes. And you see, the thing is, there are 4 steps, and we've been doing a little bit of sales research, all right? And there are these 4 steps that make sales easy, to be perfectly honest. If you follow these 4 steps, they're easy, but with one caveat.
I
You
don't know where my
don't,
camera's at.
you don't know the code, all right? And today we're talking about cracking the code following these steps, okay?
Right.
So one of these steps that in sales, and we're gonna start cutting to the chase, is open with a provocative question. All right. Now I don't know about you, but the type of person that I am, I don't like provocation at all. I don't like you digging into my affairs. That's just my personality, right? So if a salesperson comes to me and starts with a provocative question, I'm gonna sit back and be like, dude, what you talking about? I thought we here to, talk business. What are you talking about? Or worse yet, a salesperson comes to me, right, knowing, and they don't know my personality type, they don't know who I am, they didn't do the research, and they come to me and they're talking about their Instacart order, for example. It's like, oh my goodness, I did this, and I'm just like, dude, I really don't care about your groceries.
She's really not a cold person. She's really a nice person, but she's describing her personality.
Describe my personality. So if you were to call somebody up for a business call, a business thing, and you're trying to follow this step one, open with a provocative question,
Hmm.
well, maybe that's not going to apply to all of your prospects, because not all of your prospects are the same personality and they're going to respond differently. Now, that provocative question may go something like, hey, did you know that 99% of people do X? That might pique a different type of prospect's interest,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Different type, and just kind of like, different type.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Okay. So you got to be able to know who your people are and know how to apply this step one. All right. So the second step, Deb's going to jump in there, and this is going to be hilarious because
The second step is drop the enthusiasm. Can you imagine me trying to drop the enthusiasm? Oh my gosh. that is because it follows right into my personality. It's like, okay, but if I am speaking to someone like Hillary, I'm going to be picking up on possibly a few words or things that she says or the way she's kind of acting. And I'm going to know, oh, got to pull it in, Deb, got to pull it in. So don't be enthusiastic is step number 2.
Not
And you,
too enthusiastic. Because here's the thing, right?
yes.
And I want to counter that, Deb, just a second here. Because what if, by some miracle, you were talking to Gary Vaynerchuk? Gary Vaynerchuk is probably the most excitable person on the internet that I know. I mean, maybe there's somebody more excitable out there. But if by some miracle you were sitting down prospecting Gary Vaynerchuk, I mean, he is like,
Yeah, I know I feel like that.
you got to at least meet his enthusiasm. You can't drop enthusiasm at that stage, right?
Exactly. So yeah, for me, that would be awesome. But again, listening to Hillary, if I give her a provocative question, I'm going to pick up really quickly. Okay, got to pull it back a little bit. So that's step number 2, as far as learning by that first question their personality and exactly how you can talk to them.
How you can talk to them.
Bubbly or not so bubbly, but warm. Enthusiasm means warmth.
Not everybody is a stoic type person. And again, this comes back to these 4 steps that you follow to close sales, to be perfectly honest, will work if you know this. All right, we're going to just tell you, if you crack their code, all right, if you know this, and we've been holding up these cards now for the 2nd week, right? And if you know this about your prospect, then you know if to drop the enthusiasm, or if you will know if to raise it.
Exactly.
You will know which type of provocative question to ask.
Yeah.
You don't have to be fumbling and guessing and having the prospect react like,
really? Yeah. I don't have time for this. What is she trying to prove?
So step 3 in all sales, they always tell you this. Step 3, make it all about the prospect. Well, guess what? 9 out of 10 times, the person that you know best is you, not your prospect, unless you did this. If you did this before you got on the call or before you met with them, or even 5 minutes before you met with them, then and only then can you make it all about them. Because just telling a sales professional or a network marketer or an entrepreneur, make it all about them. What am I making it all about them? Okay, I know my proposal, I know my product, but I don't know the prospect. I don't know what matters to them. I don't know what makes them tick. I don't know what I need to be cautious of. I don't know if, they're super budget conscious. I don't know if they only care about the people and the community. I don't know if they're about fast action. Okay. The only way you can make it about them is if you first crack their code. You got to crack their code for you to be able to make it about them. And then that leads into step 4.
Exactly. We have to dig into their challenges. And for me, this would be very easy because being a nurse, when I go into a patient's room or even when I'm working at the doctor's office, I need to find out so the doctor knows how to tackle this person, so to say. So I have to find out what their challenges are. We as entrepreneurs have to find out what are their challenges? What are they struggling with in their business? And again, it may be that they just don't know what to do, how to react to the different personalities
Yeah.
that we will encounter as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But listening to us and learning, you will learn how to pick up and crack their codes that you can have a nice conversation with them because of the 4 steps that we just talked about. It's basic, you know. And I need to kind of jump back to Hillary's question about, you know, make it about them. Don't you love it when somebody makes it all about you? Isn't that, oh, wow. That's what you have to do, is make it about them.
Yeah.
And by making it about them, you're digging into their challenges. So see, the 4 steps just flow right with each other. So they're just very easy.
And what makes it easier is knowing truly the values of your prospect.
Mhm.
You've got to know though, and a lot of people say it's you got to know what makes them tick. No, it's not what makes them tick. It's who they are. All right. And what are the things that drive them, motivate them? All right. Do they love to always have their hair done and their makeup? There's a lady that it's like literally every time I see her, it's like her face is done. She's made up all over. She is completely always made up and well put together. And I always feel like not quite up to mark. All right.
That's because she's got little ones still.
Oh yes. We had a guest speaker today, right?
Yeah. And it's okay.
But digging it, knowing, making it all about them. So it's like if I'm talking to somebody, and that's the other thing. If you've cracked somebody's code, you yourself know how to present yourself. All right. Yes, in sales they always say dress to impress. You know, we've heard that before in sales, dress to impress. But there's some people that, you know, if you dress to impress too much, it will be a turn off.
Mm-hmm.
It may even be seen as, oh, you're better than me. It could be seen as, oh, you're better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be seen as, why are you overdoing it? Or it could be seen as, remember, you're there to make it all about them. And on your side, you're trying to build a relationship to close a sale. So you've got to speak to them, and they belong to one of these. You
Yeah.
just have to figure out which one. And
Yeah.
that's all we're going to say about the cards. Now, if you want the cards, you got to drop a comment below and say, I want the cards that you all have been showing around for the last 2 weeks, because this is your code. Okay.
Yeah.
This is how you're going to crack your code and the code of your prospects so that you could make step 1, 2, 3, 4 that we talked about today that much easier.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly. And that's what we're here for, is to help you with your struggles and challenges, but also to make it easy, because sales can really be a lot of fun, especially when you know you are helping someone better themselves, get better, whatever they need, you're helping them. And, you know, we really are, as entrepreneurs, we're servants to the people.
Yeah.
And so that's why it helps to have these, to know how we can help them.
And how to serve them better. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll be chatting with you again next week.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, leave a comment below. If you want to get the cards, you can see inside of the description of both, wherever this placement is, a link for you to crack a code. It may be your code, and then learn how to crack other people's codes. Okay.
Exactly.
We're not talking digital. All right. So anyway, have a good
All right.
evening, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.